What's up, crypto gang? Welcome back to another episode. If you guys are new here, we do a giveaway at the beginning of every single episode, and today's winner is XBitGo. Thanks so much for commenting on the previous video, XBitGo. Just sent you some crypto. On this episode, I go over Suncontract. Suncontract is decentralizing the industry of energy. So what they mean by that is they are applying blockchain to an entire community of people in Slovenia that are allowing them to drive their costs down by buying and selling each other's energy. One of the great things about this space is one of my buddies that I grew up with is deeply entrenched in the solar panel industry. Like, he is actually running multi-million-dollar projects that are being set up in the United States all across the nation. And it's very exciting to see something like this come out, where there are a lot of monopolies that exist in the energy sector, where they are distributing out the energy depending on how much they want to charge and things like that. So what Suncontract is trying to do is they are saying, if you have a neighborhood, everyone has solar panels, and you generate a certain amount of energy, you should be able to sell that to your neighbor at a lower rate that the competitor is setting, because competition is good. So for example, if 12 houses on my block down the street are generating a ton of energy, and maybe some are using more energy than they're generating, you can sell it to each other, which allows for this really cool network built on top of a community that already exists. People are paying for energy as it stands, and if you can get cheaper energy from your neighbor that you know personally, why not? Every major city across the entire world has a power grid that has traditional power producers and generators distributing out their power and collecting a hefty bill from everyone in doing so. So for example, if it was peer-to-peer with Suncontract, everyone could buy and sell to each other, and it would decentralize that entire monopoly of these producers that are producing energy and selling it at a premium to the people within a community. Energy. So Suncontract has a live platform. They've launched in Slovenia, like I said, and they are rolling out the platform in Italy this upcoming quarter of this year. So it's a very exciting space to be in. I personally have a connection there. Like I said, my buddy that I grew up with is deeply involved in this space, and it's an exciting place to start with blockchain because it makes perfect sense. You have an immutable ledger that no one can mess with. There's an audit trail. It's safeguarded because it's peer-to-peer on an exchange where people have full control of their information. And ultimately, you are helping each other out. You can lift up your neighbors in the community if you're generating more power than you're using, and you can track that consumption. Like, you can track how much energy you're using. I don't know how many people watching this have actually looked at their bill and seen like, oh yeah, I used this many watts this past week and this many watts this past week. No one really does that. So it's interesting that they are not only rolling out this blockchain solution, but they are rolling out this personalized dashboard that will allow you to track your energy consumption. And ultimately, when you're tracking things, including like a budget, you spend less, you use less. That's just basic psychology. So removing the intermediary and just giving the power to peer-to-peer exchanging through buying and selling energy is a very powerful and bold mission. I love the idea of P2P electricity. With that said, this video is sponsored by Suncontract. I reached out to them because, like I said, my buddy does work in this industry and he's developing all these solar panels all over the United States. So it's a really great space to be in, and I'm excited to see someone launching a blockchain product in this space with an already live platform, and they're already live in 2 different countries, which is very exciting to watch them slowly roll this out. So for this video, I'm gonna be doing a deep dive of their website, show you guys the benefits of using a platform like this, and if you're based in one of the countries that this exists, they are coming to multiple countries this year and more next year. So let's dive right into my overview.
The warmest house in the world is the one you call home. Each family house is unique. Each has its own personality, its inhabitants, dimensions, surroundings. Some almost touch the clouds. Some are closer to the ground. Some are smart and self-sufficient. And there are those in a perfect harmony with nature. Although our houses are quite different, transparent, traditional, modern, futuristic, or classical, most of the houses in the world share something incredible. Above each house shines the sun. and beneath everyone, heats the earth. Is there a source people can use to produce all the energy needed at our homes? How can we choose to buy home-generated energy from other houses in our community? When will people be able to choose and support a self-sufficient energy community? Choose the sun. Use the sun. Suncontract.
Once we're on the website, I wanted to show you guys that you can sign up for the platform based on the country that you're located in. Right now, it's in Slovenia. You can see the platform launched on April 13th, 2018, and they've also partnered with an Italian energy company as well as the government-owned CEZA, and they're going to be working together with Suncontract to penetrate the Philippines Cagayan Freeport area. So very exciting that they have these multiple partnerships in place to help them expand into new areas. In the final sentence, they're saying that through the platform, Slovenian households are currently witnessing electricity cost reductions while also choosing sustainable energy sources. Also, the fact that it is a bit of a marketplace platform, you can see here that they are diversifying out of not only just solar, but it is sun, wind, hydro, or something else. The choice is yours. So they are keeping the door wide open for multiple green sources of energy that are going to be on the platform that will allow people to exchange. So a little bit on the mission as to why decentralizing energy is important. And this is something that like Elon Musk is working on, where he's very much trying to break into this space. It is a huge space, and seeing that electric power industry in general has had, control over the markets for about a century now. It is true, and it is quite bizarre that they have this monopoly over everything. So they've had full sovereignty over generating, transmitting, and distributing and selling of electric power. So users of Suncontract's platform will have the power to select where their energy is produced, and they'll be able to exchange directly with their neighbors and their local community. So it is very much like a community-driven approach to decentralizing how these mega corporations have a monopoly over the energy sector. So using a small community, you could effectively exchange with each other and help each other out. So for example, I could have like a very big house that I need to have a lot of electricity for. I could have solar panels all over it. And there could be a smaller house down the block that I know, and I could sell them electricity using blockchain. One of the most compelling things about energy efficient households is the fact that you can save on them over time. So one of the things that Suncontract is trying to work on is the fact that not only do you know where you are getting your energy from, like if I'm getting it from my neighbor's house, if they have a bunch of solar panels all over the place, I can just buy cheaper energy off of them, but you are able to track your consumption. That's a big problem. I actually knew a couple startups that were trying to just simply track people's consumption when I lived in Silicon Valley. And it is a big issue that people don't really know how much energy they're using. They get a bill every once in a while from these corporations, and they don't really know where it's going, or they don't have like an itemized receipt. So now you have a personal dashboard where you can actually follow your daily consumption, and you can adjust as you see fit because you are directly purchasing it or selling it. So you can very much widen or loosen the hose going in and out of your house when it comes to the energy that it is actually consuming. In terms of the safeguard that blockchain provides, this is transparency. Transparency does in fact buy people credibility. The open source movement has driven people to be able to trust more in code, and you're able to see this immutable ledger that no one can change. So the audit trail is pretty much seamless. It's already there. So everything is out in the open. It's a tamper-proof system. Everybody kind of in the space understands that. But applying this to something as simple as, your transaction with energy that you're producing or your neighbor's producing that you're purchasing, it is important to know that everything is there and you have full control over your personal information and your personal usage of that energy. That is it for my overview of Suncontract. I hope you guys like it. If you did, slap a like. All the links will be in the description below. Go show them some love, share this video out, and let them know who sent you. I'm excited to follow the project because this is a near and dear subject to me, and I really think that P2P electricity has a future, especially using something like the blockchain and providing energy to each other and helping support the person next to you in your neighborhood, and giving them energy that you aren't consuming, lowering your consumption, and really just emphasizing the community aspect of life. That is it for this episode. I hope you guys like it. Slap a like. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe for more of these videos, and I will see you on the next episode of Hack Crypto.